Good morning, all. Hey, 7K is about to explode. I've been through major momentum before. And Evelyn was with me in that ride. Created right out of my house in 1996. In 4 months, I had 5,000 people in my business on my left team and right team. And but we've got groups that's doing that today in less time than that. So that tells you that we have momentum in place, because see, you get to be where the law of averages and numbers always work. And I'm going to give a couple of trainings here today. In fact, I'm going to try and get most of my training very succinct to a subject, hit that, try and make it a single subject training. And then so I might have multiple subjects in a training like this one, a training hour. I'm going to do all my trainings on Saturday, one at 10 a.m. and one at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And then you adjust your times, and you're welcome to join both. And I'll probably have different subjects on each one of them. And but I'm going to tell you, the ones that are longer, those are the ones that got the information most people need to really build their business big and keep a large, sustaining, duplicable income going. And it's just amazing. You know, I have people sometimes say, oh man, that takes 45 minutes or 58 minutes or an hour. And I hadn't even started watching the video. You know, actually, those are the ones that need it the most, because they don't have time freedom like I do, and like what you're going to achieve. If you have time freedom, it doesn't matter if it's an hour, as long as it's what meat that you need. Oh, you'd rather take up other people's time answering your question. Well, it's kind of like me. I'm approaching 10,000 people in my group. I can't possibly answer 10,000 people's questions. I would have no time freedom. So that's why I do training. And that's duplicatable. As many of my people know that's been with me for a while, if you ask me a question and I've got it in a training and I know exactly where it's at, I'm going to say, go watch the training. And so that's subject number one. But here's the key. I want to talk about explosion. And I want to talk about why I know that you're at the right place at the right time with 7K. And then my other trainings today are going to be more applicable, but knowledge is power. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do a little bit of, I call management consulting in business. Devlin, you might remember this, and Rod, you might remember this a few years ago. In the I've given a similar kind of thing, but Evelyn, I did this back in the 90s when we did our huge business growth. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get my whiteboard out, and I want to give a little MBA training going on. Not that thing. I have to stop share. Clicked on the wrong button. Okay, get that whiteboard. Where's that whiteboard? Don't tell me. There it is. That's one of them. I'll be doggone. Oh, this technology, it just aggravates me sometimes. That's exactly what I want, but it's changing it. There we go. I'll double click on that sucker. Everybody see my whiteboard? Just nod your heads, Rod. I can't see you now. Uh-oh. It's moving on me. Yeah, let her go. I just want it to stop. There we go. Let's get a pen. Let me ask, can everybody see that? For some reason, it's just me on this screen. I've got to get my view going here. Excuse me for having technical difficulties and having this recorded. Gummit. Should be in speaker view. But for some reason, Rod, unmute yourself and tell me what you see on the screen.
It's just a whiteboard.
I see
Okay.
the whiteboard, but it's just showing the left side of
There
it.
you go. I got you. Okay, good deal. Thank you. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, let's just get going here. Let me get my pencil. It doesn't have me there, but that's all right. I want a little bigger thing. And there we go. Okay. I'm going to draw. Well, I've never had this problem, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me a sip.
Come on, let's go. Okay. Okay, this is going to be here. Come on. I have no idea why it's doing this. Got a mind of his own today, doesn't it? Okay, this is going to be shoot. Now I'm getting aggravated. I'm not going to get so close. I'm right up here. Okay, I quit. Sorry. Technical difficulties, programs, aggravating, especially me. I'll be 75 pretty soon. But I will come back and I'll give you that subject as soon as I get this thing straightened out with my software. It's going to be a little graph about a company's life cycle and where we at in 7K in comparison to the industry and where we've been. So I will give that on another subject. I don't want to kind of keep it very short. Let's move to our second subject today that I wanted to get at. Banks, the impending reset, where we at in times. Okay, I hope everyone is preparing themselves. Now, I want everyone to understand, I am not giving financial advice. Even though I've got an MBA, I've got the business acumen experience, but I'm not a financial advisor. I am a wealth strategist, though. And so I'm going to tell you some of the things I'm doing. I'm going to tell you about some of the things in the marketplace. And here's the one thing that I do know. What I personally experienced from my banks. over this last 2 years, some dramatic things have happened about me being able to move money from one financial institution to another financial institution, or even withdraw money of my own money out of my bank accounts. 2 years ago, I could easily make a financial transfer of 100 grand, 50 grand from one institution to another, or even go wire it, have it wired that day. And I've moved over 100 grand within this last year. And this is part of where I started recognizing the problem myself. I mean, I knew it was coming, but when you experience it yourself, then you see what the problem really is. And it's kind of like, this whole Kabul thing is kind of like putting a frog in a kind of not quite tepid water, not cold, but not hot, but and then turning the fire on real low, and it slowly heats that the frog can't jump out. And that's what they're doing to us, and have been doing for decades, by the way, in many modes. Well, this year, I was trying to move $130,000. I had to use 3 banks, and I was doing it with wire transfer. And the one place where I was doing it, it was a real estate deal that I was working with. And I had to use 3 banks, and it took over a week for them to get the total amount of the $130,000. Almost nixed everything I had going. Well, that by the way, kind of aggravated me a little bit. It's my money. Well, the last part of that was a cashier's check, because I couldn't wire another wire from them. So I got a $30,000 cashier check and overnighted it. But to get that cashier check took me an hour, and I had to go all the way up into the corporate management to get approval for them to write me a cashier's check at the local branch. Now, I know why. It's because the local branch didn't have the funds. They had to transfer funds from one institution to another institution because they were approaching their fractional bank requirement to stay open without calling loans. Okay. If any of you ever noticed a problem with your sound money wallet, it's not your sound money wallet's the problem, it's your banking institution. I was transferring out of, because I don't like to keep a lot of in that, but I'm going to say one thing. I was transferring $20,000, $30,000 when I was buying gold and silver, and we first got some money open to fund my wallet real quick. And I could do it with ACH from one of my banks. One of my other banks, I could only do 10,000 at a time, 20,000. Okay. Then they cut me down to 10, all of them. Then they cut me down to 5,000. A couple of months ago, they cut down to 2,500 at 3 national banks. I can't do more than 2,500 in ACH transfer, even from one bank to the other bank, or from bank to Sound Money Wallet. $2,500 a day. If I want to go get cash out and I want more than 2,500, you try. If you got $10,000, $15,000 in your cash in your checking account, just go up and say, I think I need to withdraw about 90% of it. Can I get that right now? I want the cash. And they said, well, no, you're gonna need to give me about 3 days. The banks and our M2 money supply is out. And yeah, I know they printed up $11 trillion in the last 6 months, but they had to. Otherwise, this economy would have been dead and bank doors have been closed. We'd have had a huge run on bank because people would have been aware of what the heck's happening. In other words, they'd have put that frog in hot water and jumped out real quick. But all your friends, all your relatives, everybody you know is that frog in that water right now because they don't know what you and I are talking about today. I was dealing mainly with a local community bank because they still let me do 5,000. So I was having to send money to that local community bank, UCB, for those of us in Louisiana know, or around Central Parish, know what I'm talking about. And then I could do 5,000 a month to fund what I needed to either pay bills or get things done or take trips or whatever. And I had it set up that it did it on a recurring basis because I needed some money going from one place to another on a recurring basis. Well, they always send me a notice that it's about to happen about 3 days before. This past week, or this week, they sent me a notice that, oh, the notice that we said is on the day that it's supposed to transfer. Now I'm expecting that money to be there. On the day it's supposed to transfer, they send me an email. They don't even call you. They send me an email. If I hadn't been checking my email, I'd have been a little hurt. I want to show you what they sent me. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about what I need to talk about with you. Okay. Let me see if I can find this sucker now. Okay. That's a problem in this sharing screen these days. Okay, good. We got this one better off. There we go. We got me here now. At least this part's working. Maybe it's that program. Okay, y'all see this? That was, gee whiz, should have had the date there. I think it was earlier this week. And here, I don't get it until 7 hours ago. They sent it to me at 4:47, then I read it. So that's at 11. I'm expecting that money to be there already. Y'all see what happens? This is to notify you that inter-institution, that's one bank to another bank, or one bank, or from your bank to Sound Money Wallet, is transfer request referenced below has been canceled due to an over limit condition. Hey, I got plenty of money. It's an over limit condition is the bank's condition. They have limited now, even this bank, 2,500. Hello, watch out. It's about to get limited even lower. Because why? We have to do them, and that's 2,500 per day. So I can't do multiple 2,500s. They're about to drop. We are about to be put on an allowance, everyone. Wake up. Now, I'm going to stop hopefully y'all see that. I'm gonna try and make my screen bigger. Make sure y'all read what that says. Right there. And so now I went back and I had to make it 2,500. And that's 2,500 maximum per day. Now, some institutions, like I got at one bank, it won't let me make per day. It only let me do that every other day. Different banks are doing different things, but they're all putting us all on allowance. And that allowance is getting smaller and smaller. Now, you can do what you want with your cash and money and things, but I'm going to tell you what I have that I'm teaching my family and very, very close friends that as we talk about these situations, and I've already got a plan in gear. I don't know when this time is going to come, but it's going to be sometime. I and many other global economists that I follow and have kept in touch with for decades believe this is going to occur sometime in the next 6 to 18 months. And it's really going to hinge on what happens in the November elections here. I mean, even though there aren't many, but it's the 2022 election. And because overnight we could just run into a banking emergency where we all put on allowance. The reset button will about to be pushed. And everybody knows that's coming, or just about everybody, except people, like Courtney Ebb said, are brain dead because they keep paying more taxes into the tyrannical government than they should. But I'm moving to only keep 6 months of my bills in any one financial institution. I have 4 banks that I deal with and a credit union. And I'm moving on to keep 6 months of my cash there. And so, of course, my Social Security check, my pension check, all that goes, it's direct deposit to a bank. Now, I could have it, I'm going to keep that up. But if my account in that bank gets to be more than that, I'm transferring it out. I'm not going to leave that much money in there for them to tell me how much I can and can't use at any one time. I'm starting to keep and have been most of my cash. I'm keeping it in the Sound Money wallet. To me, it's more secure. To me. Yeah, if you do a wire transfer, you're sending it into a credit union. But remember that the credit union you're sending it into, there's a ton of billionaires that are members of that thing. And that's Sound Money Wallets and 7K's credit union. Anyway, and our Sound Money Wallet vault is insured, separate insurance. Banks can go under bankrupt, but insurance companies, the B plus and B companies, things like that. But A plus, just look at history. Banks closed, insurance company thrived. So you ask me why, I'm giving you an answer right here. Why I do what you do, you make your own decisions. And I'm not telling you to do it, not do it. But my wife has an account, her company has an account, as y'all know, and I have a company. We have 4 accounts that we maintain in 7K. And so, one thing I do is I practice what I preach. And so I'm trying to find, and may as well get to it because I want to, that's not what I want to share. Maybe I had too much on the screen here. I need to get to, yeah, the internet. There we go. This should get us to 7K Metals. Okay, this is my wife's company account. And so I'm going to just show you two to give you an idea. So we keep gold and silver stored there too. And we're starting to keep a lot of cash there now. Now, I don't believe in keeping a whole bunch of cash long run. In this 8 to 18 month period, that's going to go way down. I'm going to have it either in land, gold, silver, property, income producing property, whatever. I'm going to have it in assets, collectibles, you name it. That's where I am going to have my paper. Okay. And since I'm debt free, you know, if person not debt free, like I tell my sons, get yourself debt free, take all your excess cash, pay off your mortgage, get it done, get out of debt, every bit of debt. Okay, that's the best place for you, money to work for you, especially if you got paying interest on it. So you're making money by paying interest. And so let's log out of this one and let's log into my company account. And I don't want to bore you with this. I just want to show you that, and many people have seen this in time with me anyway. I practice what I preach. What I do is what I do. And that's pretty big hunk of cash right now. And I missed buying a little bit of gold and silver that I wanted, but I'm looking at maybe buying some property, but I'm not going to hold it in the dadgum bank. I've already experienced that. I'm not going to do that again. Okay. So these are the things that I wanted to share. And I'm gonna refer you. I just showed you what my bank did in this period, and check your own. Check your own. It's right there in your digital thing, how much they'll allow you to do an ACH transfer for, what your limits are. Then the next thing that I wanted to, with this subject, is I've done some training, their own apps. And if you'll notice, they've got a bill in Congress that they're trying to float through in this deadgum huge framework that they got, and they'll get it passed. Where your banking institution have to report every $600 or more transaction to them, the IRS. Now, if that isn't tyrannical communist control, I don't know what it is. That's where they know everything about everything that you do, and business, small businesses do. Do you know, in our Sound Money wallet, you and me can have a transaction that's totally private. They don't fall under the banking laws. It's a private institution law. That's pretty cool. We've all experienced many transactions since November of 2020, when they first opened up the Sound Money wallet, and we've seen all the improvements, and we all are aware of all the technology and security, and many of us have been into the vault at Idaho Vault and understand all the security that they have there for the vault. And so I'm just sharing that this reset's coming, and as we educate in 7K, don't keep a lot of paper because paper deteriorates every day. So I guess I am going to make this training longer because I had this technical difficulty because the next subject deals with it and I'm not going to make a separate training out of it. Everybody knows about this huge backlog, these container ships sitting miles and miles out from the ports in California that are coming over from China or and Portland and Washington. Okay, so here they're all sitting out on the coast in the ocean, and then if any of you are aware, and if you aren't, hey, I hate using it, but you know that Google satellite where you can boom down and look at things and see things. I mean, I could see your house if I wanted, your driveway. I can see you walk out and say hi to me. I used to use it in real estate years ago, but the thing, you can see what's going on in the world over in Australia, New Zealand, China, Japan. You can see whatever you want. You don't need these idiots brainwashing you. That's where I get my own news. I go check stuff out. And so you can go over to, let's go over to California at the ports, and you can see for miles and 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 miles, 18-wheelers lined up, waiting to get loaded. Do y'all think we got a supply chain problem? Hello, frog. No, we don't have a supply chain problem. Now here, I'm going to speak from real experience. This is no, people. I told my wife the other day, about a week ago, I said, just mark my words, I'm going to tell you, I was part of that crazy cabal. I know how it works. And we got a cabal in control right now. And all this is made up on purpose. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my wife. I said, eventually, this all come out, but it's way too late. The frogs are already lethargic, and they can't do anything about it. China, that's all mostly things made over in China and in the Asia Pacific area markets. And some of these big, huge, used to be patriotic companies when they started, and I'm not going to say their name, but they buy just about everything to stock their huge, giant superstores and clubs with these products from China. And they're sitting over there waiting, and their shelves are getting empty. And so now people are going in and buying up before the shelves are empty. That's done on purpose. And here's why. See, they can bring it in, they can load it up, and get there. They want all the shelves bare first. Now, as they are restocking and you're seeing these prices are starting to increase, and they say, hey, look, it's supply demand. And that's pretty logical. You can go in, you get used to a higher price. Oh, they love ripping off the public in profit. That cabal, the pharmaceutical cabal, the new retail cabal. It's all a cabal because they're in cahoots with the government, the Chinese government, and the Marxist American government or administration. This is to get all these prices up. And then when all the stores are restocked, they're going to have whole new sets of prices in it. Nothing like you've seen. If you don't believe me, go take pictures at your, even now, go take pictures, because you aren't going to see those kind of prices again. And let me tell you, everything on those ships have already been bought and paid for by that retail cabal. They never left until that LC was done. They let her credit and paid. Okay, now it's backing up, and China's working full force, full steam. Oh, their economy is doing pretty good. They're working full force, full factories going, and stocking up inventory. So all they have to do is these ships go back and forth, unload, man, you have constant supply. Now they'll have to shut down unless demand's there. So they're going to put up a whole bunch more money. In fact, did y'all hear that about this new giveaway program? They're going to give away illegal aliens. And they've been doing it already. By the way, that's how they got caught. $500,000. They're not giving you and me $500,000 for our families. Illegals that got in here, $500,000 for them and their family. Hey, that's a lot of money going out. And just count them up, multiply it times 500,000. Hey, those people are going to buy. They don't care what the price is. That's free money to them. This is a cabal at work full force, because we got a lot of frogs in this country. They don't know what I know. Hopefully I'm trying to tell people. I'm telling you, you few here and the ones that you share this video with, prepare. Because the reset's coming, and hope you have enough to get through the reset period, and your dollar bills are going to become more and more worthless. Remember the thing that we educate people a lot with in our wealth strategies presentation. And I'm gonna turn to it real quick here for you, for everybody. There we go. Remember that? Yep. It's happening for this. We know 2021. We already knew 2020. We knew it bought less than a penny's worth versus 1913. Before we finished 2021, I doubt if it'll buy 0.1% worth of the equivalent goods and services of 1913. So that's what the dollar bill will be worth. And I told you why ahead of time. Prepare. Prepare. Get gold and silver bullion. You can do it a little at a time. We teach people that they need to own gold and silver bullion. It's an asset. It never goes bankrupt. It's your financial insurance. And for some of us during reset that's never owned gold and silver before, it might be their only thing for survival, so that they're not totally dependent on a tyrannical government. I hope you see what I see. I hope you understand what I just communicated with you, because I just gave y'all some hard, bare facts about the banking situation, about our M1, M2 money supply situation, and about the real supply chain problem. There is no supply chain problem. It is all being orchestrated, just like we used to be. Just, 9 months ago, was it 9 months ago? It was November, 12 months ago. We were totally energy independent and shipping energy. 12 months later, we're a net buyer of energy. Isn't that stupid? No, it's being controlled. It's a cabal, all on purpose to bankrupt America and make you and I dependent on a totalitarianistic, Marxist, fascist government. Truth is truth. Wake up, America. Yeah, Evelyn, I put my Tea Party hat back on. And you say, is this 7K training? You bet your bippy it is. You're in the know because you know me. It's up to you what you want to do with it. I can't tell you what to do. So don't call me up. How much of this I'm buying? How much of that? Hey, look, listen to my training. Listen to your training that you get, and I've incorporated it in all my trainings. I used to, I'm gonna summarize it real quick right here at the end. For decades before 7K came along, and Evelyn know about this, I always taught people as a wealth strategist what I do in terms of, and what I recommend to my friends, family, and people I know real close, wealth preservation and a net worth asset building strategy. If you're under 30 years old, you should have somewhere between 5 to 10%, maybe even closer to 15% of your net worth. And a under 30-year-old doesn't have a big net worth, but they should have 5 to 15% in gold and silver. And what are they going to mostly have? They're going to mostly have silver because it's affordable. Okay, more affordable than gold. Gold right now is pretty much $2,000 an ounce, you can say. Okay. Now Evelyn knows well because back in '96, when I first met Evelyn, well, I met Evelyn before then, but when she joined me in 1996, gold, we were buying gold at $280 an ounce. We were earning it, and it didn't cost us anything. But you could buy gold at $280 an ounce, or you could get in our business for $660. Oh yeah, everybody could buy gold for $280 an ounce, but we were charging $660. But you could earn money and earn gold and silver with our company, kind of similar to this. And I had 70,000 people in my organization, ladies and gentlemen, because we taught them how to earn it. They didn't own any of it. So price is irrelevant. And so for any of these people to come in and say, oh, I can buy those MS-70 things here. Hello, you can't earn money. Go buy all you want somewhere else then. And you can't get tax deductions. You can't have your taxes buying them for you, like Courtney Ebb says. And if you haven't seen that video, you better go to it on the apps that I put, and don't email me and ask me to send it to you. I can't send it to 10,000 people. Okay, I don't have that time. It's not that I don't want to. Ask your sponsor. Ask somebody. Keep going up your sponsorship line. Learn how to use it. They're there to support. That's what I've taught them over this 5 years, and I want you to use that like that. And so now, if I'm your sponsor, you can do that. But get ready. We're gonna have a conversation before you get it. I'll guarantee you that. Because you should have already watched it. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my band app real quick, and I'm going to just scroll down the post. Okay. And I'm going to go for gold because that's our smallest group right now. But I expect this to have 1,000 members pretty soon over this next little bit of time. Now, if you want to be part of this and you're not, text me your name, your cell number, and your email. I'll put you in my contacts. I'll send you an invite. That I'll do because that leverages my time forever after that. Okay, I only have to do it one time. Okay, so you're going to scroll down and you're going to see the first one. You're going to see best quick short video tool I have found yet to help you build your 7K business. Send this to everyone that you know and in your business. And I do a training above that before as you're scrolling down. So it comes later after when I posted this, to tell you how to use it, even with your new business building prospects. In fact, I give you a 1, 2, 3 program, which is powerful. People who are using that are signing up just about everybody they do it with right now. Okay, so, and it's why you would be brain dead not to own a home-based business, as Courtney explains. And there is none better than 7K Metals, where you accumulate wealth while building a residual income, and where your taxes that you would pay buy your autosaver coins each month and pay for your business. Can't get any simpler. And you have a third-party expert telling you. Okay, so that you need to review. Then if you'll scroll even a little bit further down in the post as you go back, you're going to see where I posted this Baton Rouge newspaper article about the $600 banking limit. It's right there. Okay, and then you're going to see it's while everyone's fighting on the vaccines, look at what the IRS has been working on. And I put that in this app, and it shows you the 100 pages that are already written to regulate your life financially every day. The information I have loaded in here is all you need to build your 7K business and for you to make the right decisions. Okay, let's get back. 30 euro, under 30, 10 to 15% net worth. And I tell them they need to they need to accumulate of their net worth. They need to be 50%, pretty close, or try to get to be 50% in land, property, a home. Okay, it should be buying a home. Well, they don't own that much, but that's the key. Okay, so then you have stocks, bonds, and things like that. And yeah, the younger people, they can gamble. I mean, I did. Everybody can gamble in the stock market. That's gambling. They can gamble in the crypto market. That's okay. That's gambling. Okay, and I know it. and so you move from the age bracket from 30 to maybe 50, 55, and I think I make it 30 to 55. And you definitely should be at 15, 10 to 25%. As your age grows up, okay, you need to increase that now. So 10 to 20, 25% of your net worth needs to be in gold and silver. And this is bullion. And a part of your bullion is in collectibles. That's like the MS-70 product. I just do MS-70. I have MS-69 and gem products because I get them in 7K. But I don't go buying them. I buy Proof 70s and MS-70. That's what I buy, okay, when I'm buying. Okay, now That's what I do. What you do, that's your decision. But you need to have a certain percentage in collectibles. Okay, that's like diversifying in stocks. You don't want to have all oil and gas and all utilities and all paper related stocks, or you want to have a diversification of stocks. I mean, that's what you're talking about. Same things in gold and silver. So definitely you want to have collectibles. Okay, now from 55 and above, now you need to have 50 to 55% of your net worth in property and land in that age group. Okay, now the rest left over, you can figure it out yourself. It's all the other stuff you own and your cash and stocks and bonds. Okay, I'm not big on stocks and bonds anymore, and especially now we're about to hit the biggest crash that we've had since 1929. Now, 55 and above, you need to go from that 35%, that 24, let's see, 15 to 35. You need to go from that 35% up to like where I'm at. I'm a couple of days, November 17th, I'll be 75. And I'm moving to 55% of my net worth in gold and silver bullion. Now, of course, I don't keep all that at home. I'd be crazy. You know, I keep it in private vaults. And I don't have as much in 7K's private vault now because I had to write a contract to get the best price I could, and had to pay in advance to store my gold and silver. But as soon as that contract is over, because it's free to me there, I don't pay anything, I already paid. And so as soon as that's over, all my gold and silver is moving. I may keep some here and there, but I kind of like diversification. I don't like keeping everything in one spot. Okay. And I may end up keeping everything there. But as you notice, I used to have a lot of my net worth in property, gold and silver and property. When I exited the stock market, I mean, you could hardly even get I shared the other day with people, I have about total of about $75,000 in the stock market. In my total net, and you can't even figure real percentage in my net worth of what that's $75,000 in. It's not a 1%. It's not even, it's about 1/10 of 1%. Okay, so that's all I have there, and I've explained to people what I got there and why I have it there. That's all I left there. Okay, because I really believe those companies will survive the reset, and those are the ones that the rebuild will. These are the type of companies that what they have, they're the basic building blocks of everything. So they're not going to go out of business, and they're the only ones that own the resources and have the factories to process those resources. Okay, so and some people have asked me, well, why don't I have more there? Why don't I want to take any risks? Anyway, that's risk still. Land, gold, and silver, no risk. And I got rid of I only have one rental property left. And if it causes me any more headaches, I'm gonna sell it too. Okay. I'm just tired of the headaches. Okay. I did rental properties for 15 years and I'm over it. And so what did I do? I transferred that net worth into gold and silver. Plain and simple. Okay. So make up your mind what you want to do. And then, the other thing is in your training and your buyer certification, where you're going to learn about all the different products of gold and silver. I gave a training too But when you're buying it itself, and so does 7K, they tell you which products are exempt. They don't send the 1099-B in, like when I bought $20,000 worth the other couple of months ago from 7K in the Sound Money wallet of Gold Eagles. They didn't send a 1099-B on me, and they won't. However, a couple of years ago, when I bought, a few years ago, that's probably more than that now, we've been 7K 5 years. With the last time I bought from JM Bullion, I bought over $12,000 worth. At the end of the year, I received 1099-B. They reported to the government I bought the doggone Eagles from them, and it's non-reportable. And I got angry, and I really have not really bought hardly anything from them again. And everybody knows when it comes to bullion, silver bullion, in fact, right now we're in a supply situation. So, if 7K doesn't have it there, don't worry. Go buy it at JM Bullion or ST Bullion, but watch out. Make sure you don't get a 1099-B on you. Make sure you buy under whatever they're going to report on a 1099-B. And or Kitco or Atmex.com. I know those are reputable companies that I've dealt with, and you won't get any fake product. You buy anywhere else, you're on your own, brother and sister. That's all I can tell you. You're on your own. The 7K and those places, that's the only place I buy from. Okay. So hope that gave you a whole bunch of information. I'm sorry I had all that mumbo jumbo in the midst of me trying to get that technology done. I'm sorry it's a longer training video again, but hey, those that watch it get the education. Those that complain it's long, they'll never get time freedom. See you on the beaches of the world. I'm going to take questions and answers, but I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you.